and these are the headlines of the hour. Central Investigation Bureau puts forth 40 questions to parliamentarian and industrialist Binod Chaudhary. Chaudhary calls the session political stunt. Caste-based discrimination persists across the country. At least one case recorded in every 5 minutes. Victims range from general public to people's representatives. Budget principles and priorities hostage to political gambits, focused more on lawmakers' demands than practicality. And Team Nepal set to play Bahrain in the first leg of the second round of FIFA World Cup qualifiers. ANFA officials busy in foreign visits, defying ministry directives. Chief Minister of India's capital, New Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, has been arrested for his alleged involvement in illegal liquor scandal. Moving on, the Ministry of Home Affairs has made corrections to a circular it issued earlier today within 4 hours. Nepal's billionaire businessperson Binod Chaudhary has given his statement for 3 hours at the Office of the Attorney General. He had been asked 40 questions by a CIB officer amid the presence of District Government Attorney. Chaudhary had reached the office of the District Attorney at 8 a.m. before office hours to give his statement regarding his alleged involvement in the government-owned land scam. 10 rupees of government land, which was in the name of Basbari Leather Shoe Limited, was transferred to Champion Footwear, in which Chaudhary Group had invested without government decision. The shoe factory had transferred the land for 25% shares in the Champion Footwear. The board of directors of the factory had made the decision instead of the then government. Police have said that Chaudhary is being probed as he had 200 shares to his name at the shoe factory during that time. However, he has claimed that Champion Footwear had closed in the Nepali year 2044 and he had not been involved in the matter since then. Chaudhary says that the land had been transferred according to law. Chandbagh residence has been constructed on the land that was provided for the shoe factory, which is in the name of Binod's brother, Arun. The CIB had arrested former chairperson of the shoe factory, Ajit Narayan Singh Thapa, and chairperson of the board of directors of Chandbagh resident, Sanjay Thakur, along with Arun Chaudhary on 2nd of February on charge of misusing government land to generate profit. All 3 accused were released after the court ordered to conduct investigation without detaining them. Meanwhile, the CIB has yet to decide whether to file a case against Binod Chaudhary or not. The CIB has made preparations to conclude the investigation on the alleged involvement of other members of the board of directors and officials at the Department of Land Management. The CIB had made Binod's another brother, Basanta Chaudhary, and brother-in-law, Mahesh Agrawal, sign a document only yesterday. In the meantime, the government must ensure all are equal before the law and gather concrete evidences to probe into the matter. Apart from general public, people's representatives have faced caste-based discrimination too. For instance, Goma Damai, who is an elected ward member in Shikhar municipality of Hilly district, Doti in the Sudur Pashchim province, received threats when she campaigned against caste-based discrimination. Goma says her appeal for efforts to end discrimination often go unheard, but she will continue her work. Elsewhere in Doti, campaigner Gauri Kami, who has been working to raise awareness against bonded labor practice, says people from her community and anywhere she goes tend to look down on her, threaten her and prohibit her from accessing local water sources. Majority of Dalits in Doti do not have their own lands and are compelled to work on others' lands and therefore be victims of discrimination. Activists say the government's practice of calling their area Dalit settlement had added to the discrimination they face. Although the government declared the end of bonded labor practice, around 100 families in Belchor and Tulokhola are still bound to the practice as these regions were not enlisted in the government records. The Caste-Based Discrimination and Untouchability Offence and Punishment Act 2011 has determined jail terms of 3 months to 3 years and a fine of 50,000 rupees to 200,000 rupees for anyone found guilty of discrimination based on caste. However, implementation part has remained feeble. According to a study by Dalit Commission, an incident of caste-based discrimination and untouchability occur within every 5 minutes. The Interim Constitution of Nepal 2063 declared that caste-based discrimination was abolished in the country. Concerned laws were formulated 5 years later. However, the deep-rooted social ill still remains in the society to this date. Incidents of caste-based discrimination are reported from different parts of the country, while there are many such cases that go unreported. Nepal had ratified the United Nations Agreement regarding eradication of all forms of discrimination 6 decades ago in the year 1971. A number of legal and policy reforms have also been enacted. Article 24 and 40 of the Constitution of Nepal envisions rights against caste-based discrimination. 55 complaints related to caste-based discrimination had been filed at the National Dalit Commission last year, while 41 cases have already been registered so far this year. Serious forms of discrimination, abuse, assault, being displaced merely because of intercaste marriage, and even murder are witnessed in the country. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked in several provinces why caste-based discrimination has not been eradicated. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
चेतनाको विकास नभएको कारणले
राजनीति परिवर्तनले अगाडि गए तापनि र कानुनमा लेखिए तापनि यो सामाजिक र सांस्कृतिक हिसाबले र मान्छेको एउटा चेतना स्तर चाहिँ वृद्धि नभएको कारणले
ऐन कानुनहरु बन्यो है यो कार्यान्वयन पक्ष चाहिँ कार्यान्वयन पक्ष चाहिँ नभएको कारणले गर्दा
कानुनी रूपमा त्यसको प्रचार हुन नसक्दा छुवाछुत अन्त्य हुन सकेको छैन।
नीति नियमहरु बन्छन्, ती नीति नियमहरु कार्यान्वयन गर्न नसक्ने
अहिले पनि हेर्ने दृष्टिकोण र सोच्ने तरिका फरक भएको छैन। सम्बन्धित निकायले राम्रोसँग नजर नराख्दा फेरि
सोचमा चाहिँ परिवर्तन चाहिँ हुन नसकेको जस्तो चाहिँ लाग्छ।
जुन व्यक्ति त्यो छुवाछुत भनिया छ त्यसलाई झन् सजाय दिनु पर्यो।
ठुलो भन्दा ठुलो कारबाही गर्नुपर्छ छुवाछुत हटाउनका लागि।
पहाडी हो, हिन्दू हो, मुस्लिम हो, जुन पनि जाति हो मिलेर बस्नुपर्छ।
कानुनले यसलाई चाहिँ निरुत्साह गर्न खोजेको भए तापनि समाजमा जकडिएर रहेको अवस्थामा चाहिँ यसलाई दण्डहीनताले प्रश्रय पाउनु हो।
तल्लो स्तरदेखि नै सबैलाई समानताको व्यवहार गर्दै लग्यौं भने हामी सुधारमा पनि जान्छौं।
प्रचार प्रसारमा हामीले लान नसकेको हो, कानुनले यो भन्न नसकेको हो।
पहिलेदेखि नै चाहिँ चलिआएको प्रथालाई हटाउनको लागि त त्यहाँ चाहिँ उनीहरुलाई ज्ञान त दिनु पर्यो नि त, त्यो छैन। त्यो नभइसकेपछि त हट्दैनन्।
कानुन ल्याउनु पर्यो यसको निम्ति र जनचेतना बढाउनको निम्ति।
We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Former Minister for Finance Prakash Sharan Mahat has proposed for the potential budget principles and priorities for next fiscal on 26th of February in an effort to ensure budget plans could effectively be implemented. However, the change in political equation left the proposal stranded. The budget has also been overshadowed by political gambits. Nepali Congress, that is in the opposition now, has not expressed a disagreement with the budget proposal, while the ruling parties seem uninterested in taking ownership. Although 99 lawmakers took part in the discussion at the House of Representatives, the number of suggestions were minimum. Likewise, during the parliamentary committee discussions, lawmakers seemed focused on pulling budgets to their own electoral constituencies. Meanwhile, Minister for Finance Barshaman Pun has said all suggestions will be duly considered for the next fiscal's budget. The government has continued with its trend of transferring budget from one heading to another. The Ministry of Finance has surrendered after being unable to spend the 4.5 billion rupees allocated for the Kathmandu-Tarai Madesh fast track. The money that came back from the project was used by the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure to pay construction companies. Meanwhile, the Department of Roads that has not been able to spend even 30% of its budget in the 8 months has demanded for an additional 16 billion rupees. The department has said additional resource is required for around 78 projects, including the Kali Gandaki corridors, Beni Jomsom, Korala Road, Naranghat, Muglin Road project and Galchi Trishuli Mailung Siafrubesi Road project. According to the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure, calls for contractor companies for 750 projects are yet to take place. The budget allocated for these projects are for now to be transferred to small-scale projects. Likewise, the Department of Irrigation is also preparing to transfer budgets of around half a dozen projects. Around 350 million rupees allocated to make use of barren lands will now be given to Dairy Development Corporation on loans by the Ministry of Finance. Experts attribute the lack of preparations in announcing programs and projects as the reason behind the scenario repeating every year. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Before that, let's take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked, what's your take on the investigation on Terramox procurement scandal becoming sluggish? 48% voted for A, result of nexus, 20% for B, disregarding good governance, and 32% for C, procedural delay. And here's today's question. What's your take on the practice of transferring budget from one project to another? Your options are A, lapses in project selection, B, high-handedness of those with access to power, and C, a way to spend the budget. Voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. An 8-point agreement has been reached between the agitated victims of cooperatives and the government. With this, the victims have halted all the protest programs. The agreement was inked between the victim side and the government team with pledges to form a high-powered committee to begin the process to return their deposits. The agreement that was signed amid the presence of Minister for Land Management, Cooperatives and Poverty Alleviation, Balram Adhikari, also includes directions to probe into cooperatives that have been reeling under crisis. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIAA, has filed a case at the Special Court against the department officer at Kathmandu Valley Development Authority, Yam Kumar Karki, for allegedly amassing illegal wealth and corruption. The authority says it had carried out investigation after a complaint was filed, saying that Karki had transferred government land to private individuals and had taken bribe for it. Karki has allegedly failed to show sources of wealth of more than 32 million rupees, and the authority has demanded for fines of equal amount along with jail term against him. Time now for another short break. We'll be right back. Time now for sports update.
Sports news.
Team Nepal are set to play Bahrain in the first leg of the second round of FIFA World Cup 2026 and AFC Asian Cup 2027 qualifiers. The match, which will be played at the National Stadium of Bahrain, will kick off at 1:45 a.m. past midnight. With 2 matches played in the group stage, Team Nepal are yet to earn a single point in Group H. The United Arab Emirates lead the group with 6 points from 2 matches, while Bahrain are second with 3 points, followed by Yemen. The match should have been played at the Dashat Stadium. However, it was shifted to Bahrain because of the poor condition of the playing field in Kathmandu. Nepal Police and Everest Club are to clash in the final of the 8th NVA Women's Volleyball Championship. Police had defeated another departmental team, APF, in 4 sets in the semi-final held today in National Sports Council's covered hall in Tripureshwar to book a place in the final. Police had struggled throughout the first set to take it 27-25. It won the second set 25-22. However, APF made a comeback in the third set, winning it 30-28. Defending champion Police defeated top contender APF in the fourth set 25-17 to progress into the final. In another semi-final played today, Everest defeated New Diamond in 3 straight sets, 25-20, 25-12, 25-18. The final will be played on Saturday. Towards the NVA Men's Volleyball Championship, title contender Tribhuvan Army has entered into the semi-final, defeating Sudur Paschim in 4 sets. In the match held in National Sports Council's covered hall, Army took the first set 25-19. However, Sudur Paschim equalized in the second set, winning it 25-22. Army won the third set 25-23 and the fourth 25-17 to book a place in the final 4. In another quarter-final match held today, Nepal Police defeated Koshi Province in straight sets 25-13, 25-16, 25-13. Police will now play against Army and help Nepal against Gandaki for a place in the final. Both the semi-finals will be played tomorrow. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.